Okay, so this customer tried fixing their own computer and they ended up giving up. It looks like the keyboard's dead, there might be liquid damage, and they ripped off a speaker connector. So we have to fix all that. So here's where they tore the speaker connector right off of the board. So that's going to be solder work that we have to do. Oh, and they also ripped this one off over here on this side. So it's 2 speaker connectors that are damaged. These laptops take a while to change keyboards on because there's a lot of screws. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is swap the display over to the new top case. So first thing we did is get rid of the screws on the Wi-Fi antenna. Then we got to get rid of the screws on this board here for the display. Disconnect this. Then after that we have to undo these screws here for these spring-loaded straps. We also have to undo the screw here for the Wi-Fi antenna connectors. Next we'll undo the screws for the display, the hinges. And I always like to leave one hanging on a little bit first. And the reason I like leaving 2 hanging on a little bit is so I can open the lid like this, and then I remove the 2 remaining ones, and that way it's easier to remove the display. Alright, so this is the replacement top case. Alright, and this top case is missing almost everything, so we kind of really have our work cut out for us here. Came with an extra Wi-Fi antenna, so we'll move that out of the way. So whenever your hinges are like this on the new display, you always want to bend them out so that you can position the display on the top case like this. And you put in 2 screws, but don't tighten them down all the way yet. So making sure that these screws are loose. Do this kind of thing to make sure everything's aligned, and then tighten them down. So we're not going to put the Wi-Fi antenna or any of this back together quite yet because it's going to get in our way. The next part of the process, which is to transfer the board. Well, and in this case, we have to transfer all the fans and everything too. So we're going to disconnect any connectors that are still connected. And I just realized I made a very serious mistake, but I'd rather be honest about the mistake. I did not notice that the battery was still connected. Usually when things come to me in this condition, I kind of figure that the battery is already disconnected, but it wasn't. It should be okay. The laptop is off, but just a note to look out for that kind of thing. That's definitely not a smart thing to do. Next, we got to take care of all the screws on the board, starting by the ones on this heatsink here. And you have to be really careful about where these go because they are different sizes and different lengths. So I usually arrange them on my pad here in the way that they're coming out. Although at the same time, I noticed that a lot of them are already missing, so I don't even know. So the board comes out. Now I have to remove the fans. USB connectors came on the new top case. Headphone jack came in on the new top case. Power button needs to be transferred, and the battery, of course. So while I transfer all this other stuff, I'm gonna soak the battery with some alcohol so we can remove it easier. We don't have to worry too much about the alcohol running into the keyboard since this is a bad keyboard anyway. Alright, so while that's soaking, let's take care of the fans. And there's already missing screws here too. This little screw really wanted to strip, but thankfully we managed to avoid that. So somebody placed the screw here where it doesn't even fit. It was just laying there, came up with the magnet. So definitely kind of a mess here. We're gonna do the power button now, the touch ID button. You gotta lift this sticker here and carefully lift all this stuff out here. Then this thing needs to disconnect. Power button. Alright, power button is screwed in, but I gotta make sure it's aligned decently. Sometimes they go in a little crooked, but that looks okay. Didn't realize I had to transfer over this little ribbon. Okay, power button is in, touch ID is in. Time to put the fans in. Let me blow these out a little bit before I put them in. Since I feel the customer probably mixed up and lost a lot of these screws, I'm gonna try and find another top case that we have around here that might have all the screws for the fans. Alright, so here's that other top case. It looks like the screws on this side were correct, so I'll just put back their screws. This is a bad top case here, so that's why we're not using this one to fix this one. Alright, this one did have one missing screw right here. Transfer it from here. Now we hook up fan connectors. Okay, see, there's annoying things that happen like this ribbon needs to pass underneath there. So I gotta loosen this again. Okay. Oh, and another annoying thing I just saw happen is this stupid thing fell off. That little latch came off, and this is where having a microscope comes in really handy. Alright, there we go. So this is a very long and tedious process. The other thing we have to fix is the speaker connectors that the person ripped off. So we will have to try and remove them from here. There's one and number 2. So I think that's everything we need. I just realized that we actually have a new battery for this computer, so we're not going to have to transfer the old one, which I'm really grateful for because that's also kind of a pain. Alright, so now we're working on these speaker connectors. And we have to repair some broken traces. Alright, so speaker connectors have been reinstalled to the best of my ability. Those are kind of tricky to put back on because of the way they solder back onto the board. Alright, so I think now we can finally proceed with putting the board back into the computer. Oh, and I just noticed something. There's a missing stud right here. So gotta clear a bunch of connectors while you drop this in. Make sure nothing is getting left underneath. Okay, it's in. So I'm gonna do all the connectors first. This one I'm gonna leave out for now since we still need to do the battery. Now I'm gonna slide in the Wi-Fi antenna. This is our new battery right here. And I was fearing I made this mistake. Thankfully, I haven't put the screws back in right now. But these ones have this little thing where you have to slide it underneath the board. Thankfully, there's still no screws, so we can slide that in. Here's that missing stud, by the way. I just saw it on the speaker. I think that speaker may have been damaged by that stud sitting there. I hate that I have to remove the speaker again because this connector didn't want to move it around anymore, but okay, whatever. Add some alcohol. This is where we're going to get our replacement from. Seems like it's just adhesive holding that in. No screws. This one I can afford to be a little rough with since it's bad anyway, but the other one I got to be more careful with. Alright, so same thing here. This one I'll heat it up and hopefully it'll be much easier to pull out. I was going to use some adhesive strips, some double-sided tape, but because of the weird shape this thing has, I think I'll just use regular glue. Okay, that should be good. Okay, beautiful. Time to start putting screws back in, starting with this Wi-Fi antenna. Alright, so every single little screw is back on the Wi-Fi antenna. Now I'll do the straps for the LCD. Next I'll do the LCD board. Screw down the Wi-Fi antenna. So now, before I screw down the heatsink, I gotta find the little rubber pieces that go here. I guess this is a good time to see what our customer sent us in this bag of goodies here. Here's our hinge covers. Here's the rubber gaskets. A bunch of shields. I don't think this even belongs to a MacBook. A missing stud. There's one and two. There's just so many screws all over the place here. Some look like board screws. Some look like shield screws. Alright. Let's just try and go with what I know. Now trying to figure out where the shields go. That one goes there. This one goes here. I shouldn't have put this thing here yet. So there's definitely going to be missing screws, and I'll try and search through my junk pile. Even though I do have a very strict no extra screw policy, this time we have to maybe make an exception because we didn't lose the screws, but I'll try my best not to do that. I don't know, it's one thing when you take it apart yourself, and it's another thing when you're trying to put back everything together that somebody else did. Okay, so before we went any further, let's just test to make sure this thing actually works. Trackpad is working. Keyboard is working, so let's try and find all those missing screws to complete this job. So I have this little box and there's nothing but tons of MacBook screws in it. Okay, I went and found every single screw that was missing. Found the screws that go on these shields here, on this thing here. As far as I can tell, there's not a single missing screw. I found the ones that go on these hinge covers as well, and I did my best to use the right type of screw in the right type of place. So this was a customer trying to replace their own keyboard, and it ended up being a kind of a major overhaul type of thing. Everything I think is okay now. Alright, so this thing passes the hardware test. Everything should be good to go. I don't see any issues at all. That took a while to put everything together for this person, but it came back together, and that's what's important. We'll just clean it up now and call the customer to pick up.